Hey everybody, Dr. Oliver here again, backintelligence.com, and today we're going to talk about trigger point work and ways to progress through that from easier to harder as you get better and more efficient with it. If you haven't done so yet, click the subscribe button so you get access to more videos that we put out. So trigger point work or self-myofascial release type work, I do a lot with my patients. I'll do it on them effectively where I'll either hold pressure points with my hands or my thumb or my elbow, and a lot of times I'm gonna have them do it at home. I think it's an easy thing that someone can do at home to effectively treat these areas. So what we're looking for when we're looking in different muscles is a trigger point. Essentially, it's a tender area of that muscle. It feels almost like a little micro cramp or a little spasm going on. You'll know you're on it generally if as you palpate through the muscle, you hit a spot that's particularly more sore than the rest of it. And it usually can be pretty intense. The idea here is applying pressure to that. So you can do it simply with your hands. You can use different balls as well. There's different amounts of pressure you want to do. There's a couple key rules to it. Essentially, as you're holding these points, you want to feel discomfort, but it shouldn't be so intense that you're kind of tensing against it. So a lot of patients, I find one of the biggest things they do wrong is apply too much pressure. So you don't want it to be a 10 out of 10. You want to be about a 5 to 6 out of 10 because what you're ultimately looking for is it to release. And you're going to sit there and hold that pressure, whether it's your hand or whether it's a ball, and you're going to sustain that pressure while you breathe deeply and look for that release. It should occur usually within a minute to a minute and a half max. If for any reason you're on a spot and it's not releasing a minute, minute and a half in, just get out of there, come back to it, try it again later. Maybe try a little less pressure to see if it releases this time. So again, general rule, don't do too much pressure, whether you're using your hand or a ball or anything. So I'm going to demonstrate with you right now. We're going to work on the pec a little bit, maybe the pec minor here because it's easier for you guys to see. But what we're going to do can be done on any area of the body that there's a muscle and there's a trigger point. Trigger points can be found everywhere throughout the body, so it's an effective thing. You may find that using your hands is more effective in one area or using a ball is more effective. If we were to work on, say, your pec minor, which comes off your shoulder down through this angle here, and I wanted to do it the most basic way possible, I'll take a couple fingers in my opposite hand and reach across my chest and look around. So I'm going to palpate around. Again, we're looking at that muscle, and we may find that the whole thing's a little bit tender. But then we're going to come to a point that jumps out to us that's a lot more intense, and that's a spot we're going to hold and maintain pressure on. And again, we're going to breathe. Breathing is really important with trigger point work. You want to breathe deeply. That'll help relax muscles. So as I'm holding this, it may happen in 10 seconds. It may happen in 30 seconds. It may happen in 60 seconds. But eventually I should get to a point where it feels better. Sometimes it drops off suddenly and just drops away. Other times it slowly dissipates. But once it releases, you're good. Move on to a different spot. So I can do it with my hand there, or we can use different types of balls. Tennis balls are less intense, so you're going to hold it. There's a little more give to it, so you can just hold it in your opposite hand. Again, same thing. We're just massaging around, looking for those areas. If we find one that jumps out to us, we'll apply that pressure, and we'll breathe in and out and try to relax the muscle. As this gets easier and less intense with something like a tennis ball or your fingers, you can move on to a harder ball, which would be like a lacrosse ball. It's denser and it's harder, and as you get in the spot, less pressure will produce more pain. So again, you take it a little easier, but you want to find a spot that you can hold. It's uncomfortable, but it's not excruciating. I'm not tensing against it. I'm just breathing and waiting for this to relax. So again, we could do this anywhere in the body. If you feel comfortable and you don't want to use your hand anymore, you can progress to where you're doing this like against the wall. So a lot of spots will respond better, especially your hips and your glutes, maybe doing it against the wall. So we'll show you that now. So as you progress through this, you use your fingers, use the ball, just holding it in your hand. You can apply more pressure if you go up to the wall. So again, you can use either ball, but if we were to we'll show you on the hip this time instead of the chest, but again, you can use this anywhere. So if you take that ball and you kind of put it right over your glute, we'll look in the glute, we'll look in the piriformis area in there, and we're just going to kind of roll around again until we find that hot spot, and then we push into it and we hold. And again, we're just going to breathe and we're going to try to get that to relax. So as we're holding that pressure, 10, 15, 20, 30 seconds, we should get to a point that it feels better. And once it feels better, you're done. And again, you can progress on and move and pick another spot, maybe in your back or around your shoulder blades. As the tennis ball gets too easy or not hard enough, again, we'll progress to the harder ball. So lacrosse ball, again, right against the wall. If we did it in our back, again, the key is to kind of look up and down until we find a spot. And once we find one, we can push and hold. So the key with, again, all this muscle work is to avoid the spine, so stay away from the real bony parts. We look at the muscles, we find those tender hot spots in the muscle, and we just hold and breathe, and eventually it'll release. So once it releases, you move on. So try these techniques at home. You'll find them very effective for reducing your pain and reducing your muscle tension.
All right, thank you for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give us a like as well as subscribe to this YouTube channel for more videos just like this. Now, if you'd like to get 3 video exercises that we've done with Dr. David Oliver that will help you to correct some of that forward head, those rounded shoulder, that kyphosis that we're all suffering from today because we're looking down at our phones, we're hunched over our computers all day. So these exercises are meant to correct your posture. So if you'd like to get them, they're completely free. There's going to be a link to get them somewhere here on the video or down below in the description. Just go to that page, enter your email, and we'll send you those videos right away.